Fingastylz, the number 5.
I have to speak up. I'm wearing it home.
Marvin, you're naked.
Stop looking at me, twat!
You have until the count of 5.
Welcome to the Got to 5 podcast. My name is Max, his name is Jesse, and our new little bold third wheel is Steve at the bottom. Hello, Steve.
Hello. What's going on, guys? What's up?
Not much. We said to you before we started
What's wrong with this
recording,
guy?
we don't know why, but your voice is slightly higher than it normally is, and we're assuming it's something to do with your mic or something. But it sounds
I hope
amazing, and you're not going to know this until you listen to it back later. But it sounds brilliant, and we're really happy with it.
You just sound fabulous. So why have you two joined a prison gang and shaved your heads?
I've always been shaving I've been shaving my head for like 20 years now, or more,
Yeah.
25 years probably.
And I just wanted to be Steve.
Shall I shave my head live on air this evening?
Well, I don't think the show's long enough to get around your massive bonds.
Full of knowledge, mate. Full of knowledge.
Yeah, but have you ever shaved your head? Do you know what your head looks like bald?
I have no idea what the shape of my head looks like.
It's always a
See,
risk
that's a
the
risk.
first time. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save it till my dying days. Steve, what's going on with you? Tell the people.
Nothing much. It's fucking winter time here in Canada. It's snowing like a motherfucker. We're stuck with snow. There was a snow day a few days ago. Now it's snowing yet again. So we're under like almost 2 feet of snow by now. But yeah, it's Canadian winters. But we've been lucky this year. This is our first major feel of the actual snow coming this year since the winter season started. So I guess you can't complain.
But you haven't gone full Texas, have you?
What do you mean full? No, we got way more snow than them. It's just that we're ready for it. This is normal for us, right?
Right.
So for them, it's like a little bit of snow, like sort of like you guys. If you guys get a ton of snow, you guys are all fucked over there, right?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, a couple of inches and everything closes.
Yeah, but we don't have like warehouses full of sea turtles, so I think we handled it a little bit better than they did. But stay safe, Texas. Hope everyone's okay. Whatever.
Dallas Stars are my hockey team, and loads of their games have been cancelled this week. So I'm mostly annoyed about that more than actual mortality of Texans.
Wow.
They'll be back soon, buddy. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. What's going on with the podcast, Steve?
Same old, getting good guests. Got a few lined up as of, what is this? Today's Thursday, right? So tomorrow I have Nikita Koloff coming on the podcast. That was a fun interview, talking to him about the old days of NWA, wrestling Ric Flair, feuding with the Horsemen, all that sort of stuff. So that was a good interview. And then next week I have WWE 11-year vet Santino Marella on the podcast. So stay tuned for those back-to-back episodes.
And fellow Canadian, right?
Yes, sir.
Outside of kayfabe, yeah.
Yeah.
Fellow Torontonian, isn't he?
Well, Mississauga. It's just outskirts of Toronto. But yeah, it's Greater Toronto area, as we call it. So yeah, it's pretty much the same shit. So it doesn't really matter. But yeah, we go into all that stuff, breaking kayfabe. Obviously, he's not speaking in his accent, right? He came on as Anthony Corelli, his real name. Sorry for people who don't know, but you know what I mean. So it was cool talking about the old days. Again, I'm trying to get older wrestlers on, guys who are retired, to tell their stories, because everyone is up to date with how many interviews do you want to hear with Kenny Omega saying the same shit over and over. You know what I mean? So I'm going more for those people who haven't had a podcast in a while or have just good stories to tell.
Nice. WWE champion Kenny Omega, of course.
Right? that was hilarious.
Poor JR. He's getting on a bit, bless him.
You could forgive him. You could forgive him stuff like that, I think, because he's JR.
Yeah. How excited are we for a barbed wire death match? It's been a while. Cannot wait.
The last one I remember a barbed wire cage match, I think, with Big Show and JBL in 2005 or something.
That was terrible. And they ripped that off from our little MCW fed. And they pussied out because they just put it around the top of the cage. If you're going to do a barbed wire cage match, make the
whole cage needs to be barbed wire. Yeah. You need to be in pain as you climb.
You know what? Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Amateurs. Absolutely.
I want to see stigmatas from the winner of that match.
Yeah,
have I changed my weed? Well, I smoke different strains every week. I switch strains so people know, just in case. this is the first time I'm ever talking about this, by the way, but I try and have a different strain every week. So I'll pull out like, I don't know, 5 grams. That'll last me about a week. So I'll smoke that. And then the following week I'll smoke something else. And then I try and not go back to it till like, I usually have 4 or 5 strains in the house at one time. So and then I just rotate. So maybe it is, no, I've been on this strain.
This one's working for you.
It can't be this strain. Maybe because it's earlier afternoon. This is earlier than we usually podcast. So maybe it is.
Really clears the voice now.
This is a helium lace strain, I think.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Maybe.
And in Got Till 5 news, we have a new merch store. So if you like me and Jesse, make sure you go pick up some sweet merch. We can do a Steve-esque plug and just take the first 4 minutes talking about our sponsors and stuff. But you can head on over to gottill5.timo.com. It's all organically sourced, printed, or
what does that mean?
Fair trade, cotton, all that.
Are we growing t-shirts?
Yeah, man, it's great.
I know.
We got a t-shirt tree.
Go and check out some merch. Next week is free shipping, so get on that. So gottill5.timo.com. Good.
Got what?
.com.
No, the bit before that, you idiot.
Gottill5.tmail.com.
T-mail.
Yeah,
What the fuck is
they're
that?
at the bottom, guys. They're at the bottom.
Oh, they're
okay.
T-mail.
T-double-E
Okay.
mail. Right. People don't understand
they're
that
saying like T-mail.
out of context.
Or something.
Exactly. See?
Fine,
People get confused.
Spell it out for the idiots. Jesus.
Soft.
And in this week's episode, Steve is joining us. We've been speaking about doing this episode for a while. We're looking at one of the best sitcoms to ever exist in the world, and that is The Office. Yep. Obviously the US version, because the UK version's a bit wank. Jesse's going to argue that point in a minute. Look at him getting all offended. Look at him getting all triggered.
It's not fair. The Office UK is a pioneering TV show. It's a genre-defining mockumentary. It's incredible. The Office US is a very good sitcom, but it's not a mockumentary like the UK Office is.
All right, put it away. We'll get to that in a little bit. So we're going to go through our top 5 moments, favorite things with episodes. We've got clips coming up, and we'll just go through some happy memories in a happy space. So, should we delve straight into
actually,
it?
before we start, hold on.
Please.
What are your favorite characters?
Favorite characters? Okay.
Oh, man, you put us under pressure to be all hipster and, like, weird now and come up with someone obscure, right? Like, you can't just go, Michael Scott is funny. You have to sort of say.
I think from, like, the actual Office group, it has to be Dwight and Kevin. Kevin pops me more than anyone, but Dwight is next level.
I enjoy Creed very much, and I know that
that's one of mine.
Yeah,
Creed.
I just think Creed. He obviously doesn't get much camera time comparatively to other people, but
of course.
it's not quantity, it's quality. Everything he says is gold.
Yeah, I'll throw in Daryl with those picks as well. I love the Daryl character, especially later on once he integrates upstairs and he's in the office and he's fucking around with Bernard all the time.
Nice. Underrated character as well, I think, Gabe.
Oh, yeah, that's because that's the later seasons. A lot of people don't think those count.
A bit later. Exactly, but I think Gabe, he does have a couple of seasons crossover with Michael Scott and everything, so that feels like the good stuff, you know, and I think Gabe is cool.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Nice.
I'd agree. So,
Matt,
should we go? any other things you wanted to throw in there, Steve, before we delved in?
Oh man, this is your show. Let's do it.
All right. So, well, you're actually kicking us off. You are taking the lead with the number 5 slot. Talk to us about why you like The Dinner Party.
This is a good episode to show anyone who's never watched an Office episode to get them into it. I did this with a few friends of mine, and then they got hooked on it, and it's just fantastic. It shows the Michael Scott character outside of work, so if you want to see them outside of work too, and the whole intricacy of having couples and then Dwight crashing the party and everything. But the thing that's the best is the beginning part where as soon as they walk in, Pam and Jim, and then Jan and Michael give them the tour, and then they show where Michael Scott sleeps, and then they show his huge purchase of the plasma TV. That's just fantastic, man. I can't stop laughing at all that.
I like the camera that's set up to film the bed as well.
Yes,
you're going to tidy up.
Yes, of course. That's great too. The candles as well.
We've gone in very like, oh, everyone's watched The Office and stuff. But if there are people who we could be giving their first taste of The Office, we don't know this. So how would you guys pitch The Office? How would you describe it? an overview?
After you, Steve.
Fuck. I'll go with crazy individuals working in an office, getting nothing done, and having fun. How about that?
Yeah, I'd say it's a study of the blue collar American and finding the small joys in the mundanity of office life.
Nice wording. So we've got a clip here from the dinner party. So this is after the tour. Everyone's sitting down for dinner and the eventual implosion between Michael and Jan.
Hey, babe.
Yeah?
How about we take the beer sign down until our guests leave and then we can discuss it?
No. I'm gonna leave it up. I think it ties the whole room together.
Okay.
Jan thinks Hunter's very talented. You know what? I don't think he's that good.
At least he's an artist.
BFD, I'm a screenwriter.
And I'm a candle maker, but you don't hear me bragging about it.
No, all you do is you get me to try to work on my rich friends.
For an investment opportunity.
Man, I would love to burn your candles.
You burn it, you buy it.
Oh, good. I'll be your first customer.
But you're hardly my first.
That's what she said. That is a $200 plasma screen TV you just killed. Good luck paying me back on your $0 a year salary plus benefits, babe.
That one night, that song was in my head for weeks after that.
You could actually find it on Spotify and other streaming services, and it actually shows the Hunter character on the actual CD cover that showed in that episode. Someone actually put it up there as it.
That's awesome. So one thing that I'm currently doing a rewatch of The American Office, and we got to this episode, and I suddenly realised then that are we supposed to infer that there's a possibility that Jan slept with Hunter when Hunter was her PA?
Of course.
That's not something that I ever connected the first time I watched.
Are you serious?
It. Yeah, I just never got that.
Yeah. Maybe you just weren't paying attention or something.
Yeah, because I remember obviously Michael Scott getting jealous of him when he first sees him, when he goes to visit her in New York and all that stuff. But the fact that had gone further never clicked in my head. He just seemed like a sort of terrified child. But I suppose she's a predatory woman.
Nothing wrong with a good MILF every once in a while.
She is right. We were talking about this the other week, and you told me I was an idiot for thinking Jan is smoking hot.
She's not smoking hot. Relax yourself, man. Jesus.
You think this
have levels, Jesse.
This is coming from
Thank
the man
you. There's levels. There's levels to looking good. You know what I mean? You can't just say smoking hot for all women.
Oh yes, you can. Steve doesn't think Trish Stratus is hot. This is the sort of person we're dealing with, Max.
Well, I know, but you're both two opposite ends of the spectrum. Like literally, I've got Steve on one end who doesn't know attractive woman if slapped him in the face, and then I've got you who thinks that every bin lady's smoking hot. So gotta find a middle ground somewhere.
Right? Yeah. Okay.
I guess that makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah.
But did you like Jan pre-boob job or post-boob job?
Both is fine. Post better, but both is good.
I guess post, because then at least it adds something.
So, who is the most attractive person in the office, Steve?
It's got to be Phyllis. Come on.
Oh, poor Phyllis. So now she's the butt of that joke.
You mean everyone that's gone through the show, or just like
anyone that's been in the office? Who do you fancy the most?
Fuck, I don't know, man. That's a good question. Because I actually had this conversation with my wife, and I was like, Pam is like a Scranton 8, but anywhere else she'd be like a 6 or a 5. You know what I mean? So you can't really, if that makes sense, right? So I don't fucking know, man. Oh shit!
I think we just got a new merch idea. Like I'm a Scranton 8, and that'll be on the t-shirt store soon.
I don't know, man.
I'm going to go with, I can't remember her name, but she was Jim's girlfriend in one of the early seasons. Redheaded girl. She was a cheerleader.
Oh, the one on the boat that they broke up on the boat.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's smoking.
I forgot about her.
You mean Amy Adams, one of the most
That's it.
attractive
Amy Adams.
actresses?
That'll be her.
Yeah,
Cool.
I'm trying to think. I don't know.
This is going to be him for the next hour.
Karen's hot.
It is.
I'm going to say Karen is the right answer. Ding, ding, ding.
Karen, Jim's girlfriend, yeah.
Rashida Jones. Very nice. Very pretty.
Yeah.
Anyway, very nice. We're not here to talk about women. We're here to talk about dinner parties.
Max, is that your answer, Max?
Yes.
Fair enough. All right, we've all got an answer.
Oh, yeah. Did Steve give an answer? Oh, yeah.
Phyllis.
Oh, yeah, Phyllis. Seems more like a Meredith.
Come on, man. The older you get, the more you eat. You know what I mean? So at my age, a Phyllis is better.
That's true. And there must be something about her because Bob Vance paid $2,000 or whatever it was just for a hug with her, and he was already married to her. So
and plus, it was implied throughout the seasons. Michael Scott always dropped hints that she was sort of out there as a teenager and in high school. So she put herself out there. So she must know some tricks.
Exactly. Yeah, I reckon Phyllis knows her stuff.
Well, this is degraded quickly. Took 16 minutes, 24 seconds. Good job, guys. Good job.
That long.
Yeah, shocking, I know.
That's what she said.
I love in that scene, especially in the part one, the yelling, that's what she said, because that's the gif I send whenever I possibly can. And I feel like people don't carry on enough anymore. And I want them to. I want them to. Your clip next, Jesse, is Kevin is special. Not the wording you used earlier.
No, the wording I used was Kevin is retarded, I believe, which I don't think you're allowed to say retarded anymore. But are you not? No, is that not allowed anymore? But I'm pretty sure that's the word they use in the show.
They do.
So in the show, I think they use it. I was watching something else too that they dropped the R word, and I was like, "Oh, that's right." Back then, it was actually okay.
Yeah, it was a better time.
Not that long ago. But then, rough as what, 2005 to 2010? Get away with a lot.
Yeah, something like that. And yes, so this is the clip when Holly starts working as the new HR rep at Dunder Mifflin, and so she's meeting everyone. And I believe it's Dwight that tells her that Kevin is somehow
worse.
So it's just a lovely moment because it's really nice because we've only just met the character Holly, and obviously the writers want us to see that she's the perfect woman for Michael Scott, but also that she's a really nice person very quickly. Right. So you show her getting duped easily, and you also show her being really sweet and lovely in one swoop in a really funny moment, which is a great bit of writing, I think, to introduce us to this new character. So she is very sweet to Kevin, and Kevin thinks that he's in there. He thinks, "Oh, I'm going to bang Holly because she's like, she's being really nice to me." But Holly's just being nice because she thinks he's special. And if someone told you Kevin was special and you never met him, you would just go with it. You would totally believe it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I know people like that in real life as well. Hi. And I work closely with him. And I just think it's lovely. I think it's a lovely bit of writing, and it's everything The Office is about, of getting character development across whilst making you laugh.
He's here on a special work program. He's slow, in his brain.
Oh, good for you guys.
Yeah. Hazing is a fun way to show a new employee that she is not welcome or liked. Accounting department, listen up. Holly, human resources. Angela, Oscar, and Kevin.
Hello. Hi.
Hi.
What do you do?
I do the numbers.
Oh, good for you.
Do you want an M&M?
Oh, no, that is so sweet. Thank you, though.
Yeah. I keep them here at my desk so that everybody doesn't take them.
Well, that is a very safe place for them.
Yeah.
There she is. Holly.
Perfect, isn't it? Then you just watch that and go, isn't Holly the nicest person?
And also at the end when Angela's kind of screaming at him and calling him an idiot, and then she has that kind of like, you don't get to call him that. Again, that character progression of her, she has that backbone and she'll stand up for people.
You drive your own car?
There's just so many bits.
Exactly.
Kevin in the bouncy castle. and the counting of the money to get snacks from the vending machine. She's like, that's a button.
Love it.
It's perfect. See, even me and Max can't even drive cars, so Kevin's got that over us already.
Or I can make good chili, so that's a good one. And I own buttons. So
there we go. Nice.
Me and Kevin are on even pegging.
Well done. You're more like Kevin than me, but oh no, I've got the same hair as well. I was about to say Steve's rocking the Kevin haircut, but so am I. So it's not even an insult.
Tough.
The Kevin character is the Kevin character is really special. Like, there's so many scenes that you think of, even when he kills the turtle and he tries to bring it back to life and putting different shells on top, and then even having the dog that everyone thought it was actually dead, but it was just how he described it at the end. Like, there's so many of these and stuff, and I'm sure there's going to be more moments that we talk about of Kevin, because again, he's one of those staple that could The Office be The Office with, and that's the good thing about The Office. All these characters have to be there in order for this to work. You take one out, it doesn't work that well. Like, you know what I mean? Like how they did with Michael Scott. That was the end.
Yeah, so you're not a fan of the Michael Scott seasons then, no?
I don't mind them. There's a couple of episodes in there that are okay, but if I don't need to ever watch those seasons, I wouldn't. Like, you know what I mean?
I feel like you keep watching them because like you're so familiar with the rest of the characters. Like, everyone else is so strong that even though Michael Scott leaves, you're still invested to know what Jim, Pam, Creed, Oscar, they all get up to, even without Michael there. But the Will Ferrell stuff is just a bit like, yeah.
Oh yeah,
maybe that's what it was. And then even what's his name? I hate the fucking actor, Robert California. That character, I did not like.
Oh yeah.
Like, it wasn't even funny, annoying. It was just annoying.
What about Catherine Tate? She's Catherine Tate's famous over here. She's not that famous in America, but in the American Office, she's the British woman who works.
Oh yes, she's fantastic, especially when she's first introduced in Florida, and then she's trying to sleep with Dwight and what's the guy's name? The guy the fucking traveling salesman. I always forget his name.
Oh, Todd Packer.
Yeah, Packer. That's it.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean. So that chemistry between the three of them down there, that was fantastic. And then she actually comes back and tries to steal Andy's job, and she was a good character.
Yeah, she's great. So she's really famous in England as she had the Catherine Tate show over here. She's like a sketch sort of character comedian.
Nice. I did not know that.
Every day's a school day. We got till 5. That's what we did at the party. But yeah, bless Kevin and bless Holly. Holly was such a good character. I wish we had. I know, what was it, like 1 season, 1.5, but I would have taken more.
Yeah, totally. She sort of popped up in the odd episode after that, didn't she? And she had that new boyfriend when she worked in the other branch, who I didn't realise first time round watching it, but is played by the guy in P.S. I Love You. Not P.S. I Love You. I Love You, Man. Max, the one you just pissed on my face, friend. That guy. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
The quote just
I
right back. You know exactly what's going on. Wonderful. Excellent choices so far. So far we've had 2 choices from season 4. In fact, looking at now, season 4 and season 5 are the main picks.
Glory years.
Which is kind of rare for an American sitcom. That kind of middle ground is where it starts to lose its thing. But I feel like The Office, if people haven't seen it, season 1, and this is where Jessica gets to speak about the British Office, season 1 is a bit of a struggle to get through. It's only 6 episodes, but it is. You show people just the first season and they go, this isn't funny or good. And
why there's still some gems in there.
There are some gems, but there's a reason, isn't there, Jesse?
Well, it was written for, I mean, the scripts were written to be delivered by British people in a British environment for series 1. And I think it works. The UK office works with that. It doesn't work in America. It's just different. And it's not better or worse. It's just different. Like, Americans sort of take the way things are said differently. And I think Steve Carell was told to be David Brent. And that doesn't work. That's not an American character. As soon as they said to Steve Carell, be, your own character, do your own thing with it, it was fucking amazing. And Michael Scott is an amazing character, but he's nothing like David Brent. I think the two big, I mean, they both have blind spots, and you can laugh at the blind spots that they have. But I think the difference is, like, they show on several occasions, they show in the American Office that Michael Scott is actually really good at his job. They occasionally show these moments where he's like needs to do a bit of selling and stuff like that. Yeah, he's fucking brilliant. And I think maybe that, and maybe they're showing sort of an example there, which this happens a lot, doesn't it? If someone's really, really good at their job, they get promoted. And sometimes that's not always the best idea, because if they're good at their job, keep them at that level that they're really fucking good at. Do you know what I mean? And get But yeah, he's a really good salesman. Whereas David Brent, the joke on him is that he's not good at his job and is more he's confused respect with popularity is like one of the biggest things he's done, which I don't think Michael Scott has done in the same way. And once they go in that different direction, which is season 2 onwards, it becomes a different show, which is equally as good in different ways.
Yes.
No, of course.
Yes.
But you can't discredit Diversity Day. I know Jesse wants to talk about Diversity Day. That must be your favorite episode, isn't it?
Because I'm a vicious racist.
Exactly. See? You know where I'm coming
from. Yeah. He knows me, Max. He's getting to know me. I do love Diversity Day. And also, I realised recently, all of the Office episodes I really like were all written by Mindy, who I can't really remember the character's name in The Office now. What's her name in The Office?
Kelly Kapoor.
So, the actress that plays her is also a writer and producer on The Office, as a few of them are. I think DJ Novak and fuck it, Al. I'm forgetting everyone's names. Is it Toby? Yeah. HR. Yeah, they're all sort of involved in that as well. Which is cool. But yeah, all the stuff that Mindy's name pops up on as a credit of writing are all like the ones that I enjoy the most. So I think she's a very good writer.
Good Jesse being all diverse and down with the people.
I like brown writers.
Brown female writers, Jesse. Get it right.
That's as diverse as you can get. Is she gay? I hope she's gay.
Maybe a disability thrown in there? Or...
Can she limp? Just limp for me, please.
Strike gold. Okay, number 3 is back to Mr. Steve Fingastylz, and it is...
Oh, lovely.
Fantastic. Another episode you could show anyone, because this actually shows more characters. It has a Creed appearance. It has all of them dancing there. And then even if you've never watched Silence of the Lambs, you'll obviously not get this joke, but I'm sure everyone's watched Silence of the Lambs, or at least that clip everyone knows about with Hannibal Lecter, and Dwight pulls it off. You did not expect that, especially that after that. And then that's when you're like, Dwight is a fucking maniac.
I think let's illustrate this properly.
Please.
Staying alive. Staying alive.
You can't tell by the way I use my walk. I'm a woman's man, no time to talk. Words it loud, women warm, been kicked around since I was born. Well, it's all right, it's okay. You can look the other way.
Staying alive.
Yeah, okay, you didn't maintain 100 beats per minute, and the ambulance didn't arrive because nobody called 911, so you lost him.
Okay, he's dead. Anyone know what we do next? Anybody? Rose?
I have no idea.
Anyone else?
We bury him.
Wrong. Check for an organ donor card. If he has one, we only have minutes to harvest.
He has no wallet, I checked.
He is an organ donor.
He is? Yeah. Give me some ice in a styrofoam bucket. Here we go. We search for the organs. Where's the heart? The precious heart.
I'm not feeling well. I need to sit down.
Sit down, buddy. Hey, Stanley. Are you okay?
Oh my God.
Daddy.
Oh my God.
Everyone just freaking out. That's the best part.
Oh, that image burned in my head.
It's scary how much that mask suits him.
It.
Yeah,
I love it.
It's haunting. We'll get to the setup of that clip a little bit later, but it's I don't know what it is about that clip that just is so. It covers every character in such a good way. Mm-hmm. And what's the guy that joins later from The Hangover? Is it Ed? His character name?
Oh no, he was there. Yeah, Ed Helms. You're thinking
Ed Helms.
of.
Andy Bernard.
Yeah, Andy Bernard.
Andy Bernard. He is such a weird character in terms of how he comes in later, but he just fits in so well. And obviously, as we know, eventually takes over the office and does a good job.
He does a face turn. He
does a face turn. He's proper heel. He has anger issues, and then he becomes everyone's love.
Yeah, then he's lovable.
But he still has those anger issues lingering in there. So you see it come out every once in a while.
Like when he punches at the wall, exactly.
Yeah. Right. So you don't think he did a good job managing the office, Steve?
Well, obviously not when he disappeared for fucking 3 or 4 months on a boat and almost killed himself.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that bit.
If that's a good job, then I don't know what you guys are doing over there, man.
That's what Jesse relates to a good job. Not being present in the office.
I'm there in body, but I haven't been there in spirit in years.
Broken man. If you had to pick a character for the other person based on personality or looks, what would you do? Steve for Jesse.
What? Personality or looks? What are you talking about?
If you were to say Jesse was a character from The Office, who would you pick?
Okay. Oh, I see. Personality and looks?
Or either or.
Looks, I'll say a younger Creed.
Fuck you.
Personality. Fuck. I don't know, because you're wittier than most of the people in that office. You're not as clean as Jim. You're not as out there as Dwight. It's not like you live on a farm and you want to marry her or something. So I don't know. Maybe if I guess both best of both Jim and Dwight smashed together would be your personality. Is safe to say?
I'm okay with that. I'm all right with that. So I'm basically a dirty Jim.
You know what? Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Which sounds like Cockney rhyming slang.
I think you had it spot on when you said he has a young Creed, and I think he has a Creed mentality as well.
Do you think there's an element of crime about me?
Yeah, you're gonna get arrested and taken away. There's that quote from Creed where he's like, when Oscar gets outed as gay, and he's like, it was the 60s. There was a lot of mud. Some guy could have slipped in there. That's you too.
Yeah, to be fair, that could apply.
Jesse, what about for Steve?
Looks, Kevin, personality, Dwight.
Dwight. Okay.
You've got a bit of sociopathic tendencies about you, but I think you've got a heart as well.
Sweet.
Okay, that's fair. I like the Kevin too.
Yeah. I was joking about. You don't really. There's no solid beards in The Office, is there, that I can think of?
Right.
Is that? I think doesn't Creed have one in the last episode?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. When he tried, yes, and it's all right.
So final episode Creed.
All right. Perfect.
Because he's bold as well. That's perfect. I'm going to get a side by side.
There we go.
I like it. For me, please. This is dangerous.
Yeah, it is. Go on, Steve. I'd say Gabe. Actually, you look like Gabe.
Okay.
So you
Andy.
You got that lanky thing about him. Yeah, a bit of an Andy Bernard personality.
Yeah,
nice.
yeah, I could see it.
Yeah, Gabe and Nard Dog.
Nard Dog. Yeah, I feel like I'd be the kind of person who'd call myself Nard Dog.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah,
definitely.
Cool. Well, that was depressing. Didn't enjoy that one bit.
Who were you hoping for?
Pam. I'd take anyone.
Oh wow.
Okay. Number 2 is my pick, and for me, it's probably one of the best cold opens of any show ever. The clip is very short, so I won't build it up too much, but basically there's a team building day and Kevin brings in his special chili, and it's just a voiceover of him preparing his chili, or bringing in his chili, sorry.
At least once a year, I like to bring in some of my Kevin's famous chili. The trick is to undercook the onions. Everybody is going to get to know each other in the pot. I'm serious about this stuff. I'm up the night before, pressing garlic and dicing whole tomatoes. I toast my own ancho chilies. It's a recipe passed down from Malone's for generations. It's probably the thing I do best.
It kills me every single time, just because of the voiceover and it's probably the thing I do best while just grunting and falling over in the chilly.
It's the desperation of him trying to scoop it back in with folders.
And the noises and stuff. That's when I fell in love with Kevin. That's what cemented him as probably my favorite character.
That is definitely one of those moments where like they came up with this great idea and they were like, "How do we fit this into the story?" We can't. let's just open an episode with it. But I love it.
You know how much money? Speaking of Kevin, how much money he makes off like selling merchandise with like chili on it and this whole thing that he's
done adverts and stuff as well. I saw.
It's crazy. And even what's that thing that they offer now where the celebrities go online and send you messages and stuff?
Cameo.
You pay Cameo. Yeah. Apparently he's like in the top 10 for Cameo.
Yeah,
or was at one time.
I'd fucking go for it. Like I'd love a cameo from Kevin. Hint, hint, Max. Birthday coming up.
That's what you're asking for of all the people you can get in the world.
No, that's true. I'll think about that and get back to you. But no, apparently Kevin really puts the effort in, like with these cameos. He said there's a good reason why he's in the top 10 because like he really works hard on doing the best ones. He doesn't phone it in at all.
Cameos to me seem like such celebrity prostitution. The fact that like Undertaker does it in his gear and it's just him eyeliner just before he goes on. He's like, "Hey, happy birthday, Derek."
It is a bit sad, isn't it?
And I get like if I had the opportunity for people to pay me $500 to record them a 15-second video, do it in a heartbeat. Not even an issue. Right. But I don't know. It makes me sad. This doesn't mean I don't want one. I want one so badly from people I love.
Was it a couple of years ago when I can't remember if it was NFL or basketball or something? When for some reason the Undertaker was there as like a meet and greet. Well, as Steve exploded,
he just fucked off.
But anyway, do you remember this, Max? NFL or NBA or something? They got Undertaker to do a meet and greet at this game.
I don't remember this.
And it was so weird in this period where we hadn't seen Undertaker in a couple of years. And we knew what you looked like in real life, but he was wearing like a hat with a wig attached to the hat so that he looked like old school Undertaker. And it was the most pathetic thing I've ever seen in my life. It was like, this is like a legend of wrestling. And they're just using him in this really hammy way. It was really depressing and sad.
It's like whenever Kane comes back and he's just more porky now and he's got his mask with his fake hair on. And
that was, when we were watching the last Royal Rumble, you just sent me a message, like, just as you were watching it, just Kane is a mess. It's all the messes.
I normally love the guy and all of this kind of stuff. Just here's Steve. Steve, by the way, everyone, Steve was all cocky. But
he's better than Texas.
Texas, they can't handle it with their power cuts. Just lost power. Give me a sec. Going to try and use my phone's hotspot.
Brilliant. I bet he's lovely. I bet he's really panicking as well. And we're just like, we don't care. We can do this rest of this show without him. I don't give a shit.
Just talk about the office.
It's fine. But I bet he's running around like a blue-ass fly right now, trying to sort that out. I love that they're losing power in Canada. That oddly makes me happy. I don't know why.
Yeah, all of North America going dark. It would be great. Yeah, great time.
It starts with Texas.
Texas, the center of the world.
So, the only annoying thing though is the next choice is Steve's, isn't it? So
it is. We've got to fill time until he gets back.
We've got to fill time. So, what's your? Do you agree with Kevin? Because you're a bit of a chef. So, have you ever tried making a chili by undercooking the onions?
I should give it a go because I make a pasta sauce which relies on the onions, and I normally cook them down quite a bit. So I will try the Kevin chili recipe and report back.
Please do. Just be more careful with it when you transport it.
No. I will make it and then send you a video, and I will commit and drop it all over my floor.
That must have been one take, mustn't it? Can you imagine if like he'd done that spill and then accidentally giggled or something? And they was like, "Oh fuck! Like we got to clean all this up and then redo the take." Yeah. Oh man, It's one of those, like, the famous one over here is like the Only Fools and Horses, when the chandelier falls, that famous bit. It was like, it's a real chandelier. It costs thousands of pounds. If you fuck this up, basically you've all lost your jobs because this is like the budget of the show.
We get one shot at it. Have you ever listened to the podcast, the Office Ladies one?
I was going to bring this up, actually. No, I haven't. But I didn't actually know it existed until like a week ago or something. I just happened to hear someone talk about it. Is it good?
It is good. I got on the bandwagon when it kind of first came out, which is rare for a podcast. So I was listening weekly, which was kind of cool. And yeah, it's just lovely how close Angela and Pam were on set. And they just kind of give kind of nice breakdowns. I think they're even releasing a book now called like Lady Bosses or Office Bosses or something like that. They're really milking this, and I fully support it.
That's cool. I know they're working on a documentary, not them specifically, but like people are working on a documentary all about the American Office in general and just how it came about. And because you think it's a fucking long time to do a show, isn't it? What was it? It was around for like, what, 6 years, something like that?
9 years.
9 years. Seasons. Jesus. Yeah. So 9 years of it was basically a real life office job for them, right? Like you think they're there all the time, so you're gonna have these amazing connections with people. It must have been so weird on the last day of filming after all that time, but yeah, it'll be a great documentary, I think. And yeah, this podcast sounds good. I would like to listen to that.
They go into all of that quite in detail, like them hanging out and behind the scenes and friendships and all that kind of stuff. So I definitely recommend giving it a listen. And this has become like a popular trend now because Zach Braff and Donald Faison, they've done it for Scrubs. So like everyone who doesn't have a TV show anymore, they're just like, well, we'll rehash the glory days and go episode by episode. But I'm just like, what's the commitment on that though? So The Office had 9 seasons, like 20 episodes per season. That's some legs on that podcast. And Scrubs was even longer.
Yeah.
So you're going to be there a good long while.
So is it an episode per show? Is that how they're working it? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So they go through like the behind the scenes stuff, like funny moments and things they really enjoyed about it.
Nice. Angela, I follow Angela on Instagram, I think, and she just seems like the loveliest person in the world.
She's the sweetest, and you get that from the podcast. But I know that characters aren't real, but when I first listened to that first episode, I was like, this isn't right. She's such a sweetheart. And like how good of friends her and Pam are.
Yeah, it's nice. And she's quite hot. There, I said it.
Not smoking? You're finally developing a level?
No, maybe. Yeah, I'm probably developing a level. I don't know. Are we gonna
really depressed now? Yeah, probably developing a level.
Should we press on and do Steve's for him? Do you reckon he'll be able to?
We'll do our number one because we're at the number one. Ooh, speaking, the devil shall return.
Oh, there we go. Here he is.
Hey.
He's back. So what was that about Texas not being able to cope?
Right. I shouldn't have said anything. It's okay. It's a good thing I have backups. So now my laptop's running off battery. I think I'll have enough for at least another half hour or so. And now I'm running a hotspot off my phone. So I should be good. No more interruptions.
I'm down to the final one. So you're going to be fine.
Yeah. Oh, even better. Where are you, by the way, Steve? Because you're normally in your little man cave when you do podcasts with us. But you've got this weird, like
in an adult area.
Yeah. You look like you're in that room. Jesus. You look like you're in that room where Neo meets the architect in the second Matrix film.
Oh, good shout out. Yeah, it does look like that.
I'm gonna bet kitchen.
Nope. Kitchen. Yeah. What the fuck? Why would I be in the kitchen? What, am I sitting on the stove?
Tables and kitchens. What's wrong with you?
Well, that's right. That's an English thing. No bathroom. It's the dining room.
So I found this out the hard way. I guess it's the same in Canada. When I was in America, they don't call the toilet. Like we.
Oh yeah, we call it washroom, bathroom.
Yeah. Like toilet's too literal for you guys.
Exactly. Toilet is an actual toilet. You got it. Yeah.
Yeah. So over here, if you're like in a restaurant or whatever, you say to the waitress, "Oh, where's the toilet?" That I did that in America, and she looked at me like I was like a bit weird, and it turns out that I needed to ask where the bathroom was, not the toilet, not the actual toilet in the bathroom.
First lesson, grade 11 biology. Hands go up. Oh, do you mind if I just pop to the loo? laughter, like the whole class. Like, what do you want me to say? And they go, we call it a wash closet. I'm like, what? And I'm weird because I want to go to the loo.
The loo.
Fucking BC.
They're both weird.
Closet. Yeah. Okay, Steve, you're on to number one. We waited for you because we're such good hosts. I know. So, what's the background behind this little ditty?
This is the best. Again, Dwight at his absolute psychotic finest to try and prove a point at any cost. This man, this is where you see he's a literal sociopath and doesn't care for anyone's feelings but himself and to follow the rules, because that's another thing about Dwight. He's a stickler for rules and he'll do anything to enforce them, even to the point where he thinks he's part of like the police department just because he's a volunteer and this and that. So this again has everything to do with Dwight. And then to see the reactions, every actor in this scene deserves a fucking Emmy for what they did. From the throwing of the photocopier machine, that's my favorite part, to Michael Scott trying to breaking the window, to even Jim. I've never seen Jim act as much as he did in this scene. You see him panicking, you see him being all flustered, and the cat being thrown through the ceiling.
the cat is
so
the best
many
bit.
things, so many fantastic things. And then after the fireworks start going off, and I'm sure we'll see the scene. I'm ruining it all, but I don't care. I need to talk about it. And then they're saying, the fire! It's firing back at us! What do we do? It's the best. It's the best.
It's pure case. I had to cut this clip down because I didn't realize it went on for like 5 whole minutes of just insanity. So we've got Dwight setting it off, and then the panic ensues. So enjoy, everyone.
Last week I gave a fire safety talk, and nobody paid any attention. It's my own fault for using PowerPoint.
Let's remember those procedures. What are the options? Okay, that's the wrong way. We've already tried that. Remember your exit points. Exit points, people. What's next? Huh?
Stay alive, I'm getting help!
Pull me up!
You're too heavy!
I only weigh 82 pounds! Save Bandit!
How about 911? Anyone? 911. Use this surge of fear and adrenaline to sharpen your decision making.
Okay, I am not dying here. Come on.
What is that?
The fire's shooting at us!
What are the name of fires going on?
You're trying to
Attention! Employees of Dunder Mifflin! This has been a test of our emergency preparedness. There is no fire, it was only a simulation.
What?
Fire, not real, this was merely a training exercise. So, what have we learned? Oh, come on, it's not real, Stanley. Don't have a heart attack.
No. You will not die. Stanley, you will not die.
I can't. Every time I watch that, I can't stop belly laughing, man. It's the only thing I can watch over and over that always does it for me. There's so many things going on. Oh my! I forgot about the whole Kevin rating the.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
The vending machine. Oh shit! Oh,
it's just a cat. The cat just pops me every single time.
Oh my goodness! Yeah,
and I like that. I like that. Oscar suddenly goes like English suddenly becomes his second language when he's
super Mexican.
Panicking. Yeah. You're too heavy.
Oh shit! Oh my god!
I also like this as a drill, but he does actually set a fire, and
right,
because he burns the paper and stuff outside of the building. But for the clips are connected for people who've not seen The Office. That causes Stanley to have a heart attack, and then Michael Scott does CPR training for everyone, which is when. How did Dwight not get fired for that whole episode? Like, it's a 2-part episode. Sets the fire and then does the Hannibal mask thing. But yeah, totally fine.
I guess I would say if you want a kayfabe answer to that, I would say it's because Michael Scott is shown at several moments to actually be a very valued employee by the headquarters of Dunder Mifflin, and Dwight being his number 2 in many ways, sort of Michael Scott vouching for him would do a lot for Dwight, I think, because the Scranton branch is still the best performing branch, right? So if Dwight goes, salesman, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but the amount of stuff he's done where he backstabs Michael to Jan to try and get his job, when he brings the gun in and lets the gun off. There's so much Dwight shit.
But this is all, if I could just go back to UK versus US, this is why The American Office is a really good, funny sitcom, and it's why the UK Office is a really good mockumentary, because nothing happens. Everything that happens in the UK Office could happen in real life. Like, it could be real, whereas that's not the case in The American Office, right? And it makes for some really good telly, and it's really funny. But the whole point of the UK Office is that you could turn, if you turned it on and didn't know what it was, you could go, oh shit, is this actually a documentary? Like, there's nothing in it that couldn't be real.
Yeah, fair point. But
that's true.
I prefer Anarchy, Jesse.
How about this before we go on to your number ones? Everyone's always talking about spin-offs and this and something they could do. What about an Office spin-off, but with the warehouse?
Yeah, I could dig that.
And it doesn't need to be the same time frame. It could still be the warehouse, but they're working for Dunder Mifflin, and now all these people have gone. It's new people in the office, so no one even cares who's in the office. And then you have a cameo every once in a while from other people, and that's about it.
I think just taking the whole format, because I really enjoyed season 3 when Jim's in the other branch where he transfers.
Oh, true.
And I really liked all of those characters as well. And they're all playing Call of Duty all the time and drinking and that kind of stuff. Even that was entertaining. Could have had its own kind of spin-off. So
true.
I think it just worked well. If you talk about Michael Shaw, the guy that made the show, he did a not a spin-off, but Parks and Rec was just another office-based. And then he did Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which is a office-based, but a police office-based TV show.
True.
So
that's true too, yeah.
He knows what he's doing with his workplace dramas, docudramas, comedies, whatever they're called.
Yeah, he's good at them. He's like the Joss Whedon of docudramas, but without the abuse.
You got a topical reference there. Good job, Jesse.
I forgot when we were talking about Office characters and who reminds us of each other and things like that. I completely forgot about Daryl. There's definitely a bit of Daryl about you, Steve.
Me?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Personality, not looks.
Are you serious? Oh, sorry, I don't see colors, my friend.
What are you talking about? I meant because he has hair.
Good one. Shit.
My favorite Daryl stuff is where he's teaching Michael like urban slang.
Yeah, I love that. And I think a really lovely Daryl moment. I really like the heartwarming bits, and when they've driven Holly after she's been transferred, and they break up, and he's so fucking gutted, as he would be. And when Daryl gets him to sing the blues with him as they're driving back, and he just does it in such a nice way, and it's just like, oh, that's really sweet. Like, Daryl, he comes across as quite a cold person sometimes, but he knows when to look after you. Do you know what I mean? It's nice.
Yeah. He's a sweetheart. And speaking of sweet moments, it leads us nicely on to mine and Jesse's joint number 1 for the episode. And we're going to talk about the finale.
Like it?
Yeah. So I brought this up earlier, and you said you didn't find anything particularly memorable about it, Max.
And then I went back and refreshed myself, and I'm like, it's a damn good finale.
It is. It's lovely.
It wraps everything up.
Yeah, made even better by the fact that when it was all on, like, the first time, when it was actually being broadcast, not live, but you know what I mean? Like, when it was being broadcast the first time on telly, Steve Carell did an excellent job convincing everyone that he wasn't in the final episode.
That's right.
He had scheduling conflicts and was filming something else somewhere else, and he was like, look, I would have loved to have done it, but I didn't do it. So the fact that was kept secret so well makes his reveal, spoilers for a couple of seconds time when you play the clip, makes his reveal in the final episode even better. The fact that he had actually made it down and has an appearance in it, and it's just lovely. I think it's a really nice roundup.
Yeah, and I think this clip especially really highlights the evolution of the relationship between Dwight and Jim, and then obviously Michael Scott. It's a favorite moment. So
yeah.
Kidding? I was born ready. Wait. I don't know how to tell you this, but we have a little bit of a problem.
No, what?
The minister just told me that it's tradition for the bestish mensch to be older than the groom.
Oh, come on. I've never heard of such a thing.
I haven't heard of it, obviously. But I'm out because I'm significantly younger than you.
Not significant is a big word. I think you're...
Well, okay. Either way, Dwight, I can't be there for you. I'm sorry.
Jim.
I just really wish there was something I could do.
Michael. I can't believe you came.
That's what she said. Best prank ever.
I'd completely forgotten about the Phyllis piggyback.
Getting married in the grave as well.
See, Phyllis, she's a beast. She could do it all.
There you go. She could piggyback me any day.
And we're full circle. But beautiful moment, right? Like,
it is
best prank ever. That kind of final line that he says.
But you know what? I don't like that. They should have stayed better enemies until the end. This should have been Tommy Dreamer versus Raven, their whole career. They never became friends in the end. I don't want to see no handshake. They hate each other. Fuck you. Again, but that's my
But you do though. Like when you spend like 40 hours a week with people, and even if like you don't get on to begin with, you do build this kind of bond and family friendship with.
Nah.
Okay. Nah, not with Steve. Not with Steve.
But you've got to remember. But you've got to remember, we're only seeing what the cameras are filming. So so in kayfabe, right? Again, we're only seeing these people play up to the camera when they know it's there, and that's something I love about the British office as well. Like you see characters clash when the cameras are right on them. But when they're background characters in other people's scenes, they're getting on and chatting just fine because they know they're not the focal point of that moment. And I feel like there's a lot of that with Dwight and Jim, where they actually get on and they're all right. It's just they know that when the camera's there, like, or Jim knows that, oh, now's the time to wind up Dwight because I want to get my camera time good for this documentary.
Yeah. What is your favorite Jim prank on Dwight?
There's a couple. There's the one where everything's here for Christmas in wrapping paper, and then he sits and then everything collapses. That's a great one. And the one where he hires, actually, he's in, what's it called? WandaVision. He's one of the cops, the Asian dude who comes in and acts as like he's Jim, and then even switch all the pictures and everything. Fantastic. Those are my two favorite.
That's good. I like it when he relocates Dwight's desk to the bathroom.
Yeah, that's a good one too. Yeah.
That's a solid one.
Jello and stapling the Jello.
That's classic.
The most famous one
from the UK
Dwight.
office.
Yeah, when Jim dresses up as Dwight and the identity fraud.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. Yeah, and then Dwight tries to do a Jim. Is it at the end of that episode when he which is funny as well, yeah.
Oh, bless him. Oh, I got sad again after watching that finale clip. Just brought it all back, man.
It's lovely. Yeah. Well, I'm doing my rewatch at the moment, and I'm in Michael's last season, so I feel sad now knowing that I've only got like less than 10 episodes of Michael left.
What season does Michael?
How many times have you guys?
7 he leaves. What were you saying, Steve?
I was saying, how many times have you guys actually watched The Office?
This is my 3rd run through that I'm doing now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think like 3 rewatches.
Oh wow!
I did it. I did it the first time with an ex-girlfriend many years ago, and then the second time with current girlfriend about 2 years ago, and now in lockdown, it feels right to be doing it again.
Yeah, you gotta go through them all because I literally just finished Parks and Rec rewatch for
that's next for me.
I just keep doing the Michael Schur TV shows. It'll be after The Office. It'll be Brooklyn Nine-Nine. It just never ends of the loop that you do. So
there's more Brooklyn Nine-Nine left, isn't there? Aren't they?
I think they're doing one last season.
Yeah. One last season of 10 episodes. So, but as we said with Parks and Rec with The Office, he finishes The Good Place as well. He finishes all of his shows amazingly. He's such a rare American writer that he can produce a full body of work without it being cancelled or turning into How I Met Your Mother. The benchmark of shit. But yeah, I think we've successfully gone through the key moments. Any honourable mentions you wanted to get on before we depart for the day?
I'll go with two quick ones. One, the whole basketball episode, him picking out, again, talk about being racist. He thought Stanley was going to be the best basketball player, and in the end, he was the worst, and Kevin was the best. So that was fantastic, that whole dynamic throughout that whole episode. And then the forklift episode, when he hops on the forklift and he knocks over everything, and then he's like, it's okay, we'll get someone to clean it up. And he's like, Michael, we're the one who has to clean it up.
That sounds like you're speaking from experience, Steve.
Yeah.
Is that the sort of thing you deal with on a daily basis?
Yeah, I've been known to drive a forklift every now and once in a while. So to see someone like that get on one, it's very cringing.
I've got a little pedestrian one at my work that I hop on sometimes. You know the ones that you walk along with, like the walkie ones. Yeah, you can actually straddle them in reverse and then drive them around like that. But the warehouse guys don't like it when I do that.
And you got your license how? What about you, Jesse? Any honourable mentions?
I'm trying to think now.
There's so many. That's the problem.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I mean, I literally watched a couple of episodes before we started this show, but they're so. It's almost to its detriment that it's so quick fire with good moments that they just fall out your head really quickly because you're just enjoying it, and then you're enjoying something else. I genuinely can't think of anything off the top of my head, but there's not, after the first season, I wouldn't say there's a duff episode really.
No, there's many, and I just realized that our American listeners are going to hate us because obviously they've lost the US office. It's not on any streaming services at the moment.
Oh really? We have it on Netflix over here.
Yeah,
we have it on Netflix still here. I think they have it on Peacock, where the WWE is going to be ending up, oddly enough.
Yes.
The fuck is Peacock?
It's the NBC streaming service. So anything that's been made by NBC. So you'll have Seinfeld, Friends, that, and whatever new else comes out. And speaking of the Young Rock, I don't know if you guys heard of that show. The first episode came out, so that's going to be on Peacock as well. So
okay.
Yeah,
they're adding up these streaming services, aren't they?
They are, yeah. But you know what? You buy them all. Like you don't even need to get them all. Say you get like 3 or 4 of them. It's still cheaper, at least here in Canada, than getting cable. For us.
Yeah. But as I've always predicted, that I guarantee within like 2 years, there's going to be a company that goes, "Hey, we're going to offer you this bundle service of all of these subscription services," and then we just have cable all over again. So it just keeps going the same way. Yeah, mental that the WE network sold it for $1 billion. Nice little profit there.
Jesus.
And then away it goes. So I doubt it affects us over here.
The network continues though, right?
Network continues.
Well, for you guys and even for us here in Canada, because they have deals in place with our whoever has the rights to the WWE network. So we still have it on the app. We still have it in TV format. We don't have to get Peacock. It's only for the Americans at this point.
Yeah. So they have to get the Peacock app now if they want to watch.
Yeah, but it's cheaper for them now. It's like half the price.
Yeah, it's same as Disney.
So even better.
It's like $5.99.
Yeah, something like that. So there you go.
Good times. Well, if sorry America, but there's plenty of ways that you can find it. There's VPN.
Get a VPN, exactly. That's what I use.
get involved or find it online. There's bound to be loads of websites. So we hope we've inspired you to do a rewatch, or if you've never even watched The Office, sort your life out because
you're on crack or something.
Yeah, you're on crack.
We've spoiled some pretty key plot moments.
They won't remember by the time they get to season 4 or 5.
Exactly. Yeah. It's true. They won't.
We've picked 5 moments from 150 episodes, so believe us when we say that the rest is gold. Steve, I know you got to rush off to do an interview, so please plug your shit, and we'll say goodbye to the nice people.
Well, you can find me on Instagram and Twitter under Fingastylz. You can follow the podcast on Twitter, the podcast DAP. You could listen to the show each and every week. A new episode drops every Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern North American time. And like I said, tomorrow's episode will be Nikita Koloff. Next week's episode will be Santino Marella. And then we'll see what else I have down the pipe. So please rate, subscribe, review on all major platforms. That's very, very important.
Amazing. Jesse, do our bidding.
Oh, God. We've got T-shirts and hoodies and stuff now, so go get them. They're at gottill5.tmail. That's TEEMILL.com. That's got T-shirts and that. Apparently, we're growing them. Can't wait to see them. We're getting some soon, aren't we, Max, of our own?
We are.
We can do little fashion shoots.
Yours have been shipped today. Mine are arriving tomorrow.
Brilliant. So we'll do little fashion shoots. That'll be lovely. We're on Twitter at gottill5, and there's a website called gottill5.com.
And gottill5.com has a direct link to the merch store, so you can just go to gottill5.com if you need to. That's the end of the show. Steve, thank you once again for coming on. It's always good just chatting the shit with you. It's good fun. And we look forward to being on the next episode with you, or maybe you'll be back on before we even get there. Who knows?
I genuinely couldn't even remember if this was our show or Steve's show that we were doing tonight until I turned up.
Wow.
Nice
being Jesse. I wish.
Oh, it's a delight. It's an absolute delight being Jesse.
It's everyone around me that has the hard time, I think.
Yeah, who cares?
But thank you everyone for joining us. We'll be back next week with another episode. Until then, if you're in Texas, go save the turtles. If you're in Canada, figure out your electricity suppliers. Dallas Stars, wonderful. And if you're in England, stay the course. That's all we can do until the announcement. We love you all. Good night.
Peace.